Okay, good morning, December 9th, 2021. Crude oil. Overnight, it did not kind of hold the immediately impulsive structure. This squeeze, one thing about squeezes is they're not as reliable when the histograms are not flat. The most reliable squeezes happen when the histogram is really flat. That's the most reliable squeeze. So this one, we did start to fire long, and I got kind of excited, thinking, all right, we got a new high. It broke out of the Darvis. This is a Darvis box. And then it gave it all back, almost all of it. This came down to the 886 fib of this move up. Because I was thinking this might be a 1-2 start of wave 5 of 3, but that failed. Could this still be a wave 4? Absolutely. So here's the way you do the Darvis box. On the 89-minute chart, you don't want to see below 70.90. Below 70.90, not exciting. Okay, the 89 EMA on the 89 comes in at 70.84. So, I mean, it's good. It's holding the 55 EMA right now. That's something. I mean, it is holding it on the 89-minute chart. So what you need is you need to get up and out of this Darvis box. The way people trade Darvis boxes is you divide it in half, you buy the bottom of the box, and you look for a breakout above the top of the box if you're long. And if you're short, you sell the top of the box and you look for a breakout below the bottom of the box. And just like what happened over here, you buy the bottom of the box, which is what I did, even though I wasn't trading Darvis myself. But I did buy the bottom of the box, and then I held it, and we broke out above the top of the box. So over here, it worked nicely, and it did spike below it, but it held the structure. And if you imagine dividing the Darvis box in half, once it got above, then it held the half, and then broke out. So now here, we're back down. It did not hold the half. We're below the half. So these are warnings. Okay, so you want to hold 70.84. Okay, and then now let's look at fibs. We're just down. We haven't even broken the 236 that we held over here, which is not a bad place for a wave 4 to hold. And we made a higher low. So although this price action is not inspiring, it certainly is not inspiring because of all this overlap. And it just, if this was impulsive, it just gave it all back. So, maybe this is an ABC, what do they call it? An expanded flat for wave 4. I don't know what I'm talking about with LE wave, but all I know is it's holding the 236 fib. And it did retrace 88.6 almost of this entire move. This is very micro. So, look, as long as it holds 70.90, there's the chance. And, these fibs remain unchanged because this is what I'm tracking. So we'll see. Now, back to the technicals real quick. So, yeah, it held that level, 71.33. If this is going to work, it needs to hold immediately 71.33. And then but what I want to show you, look on the 5-minute. It just is a downtrend. It needs to get back above this fib structure. I mean, that is a nice double bottom and a bounce there, but this is so micro, it's completely unreliable. But you can see this is a downtrend now because of the EMA structure, right? Look at that 89. It's just straight down. But then, you go up in the time frames and it's not as bad, right? Of course, as you would expect. So I'm giving you key levels that need to hold. And then what's interesting on the daily is we're right up into the daily mean, and it's acting as resistance. So the daily mean is currently 73.44. And it came up, we just could, we got to 73.34 overnight. And we can't seem to get above the daily mean. Even though this is still in buy mode, the histogram's coming up, the fib EMA structure is trying to repair itself. But that would be, I'm not going to be surprised if it fails here and rolls. I'm really not. We're trading micro here. Okay, so those are your clues. I mean, that's a nice candle, but whatever. So let's see. Those are your levels. 70.90. And then below there, 70.10. The lower this goes below 70.90, I'm just not even interested anymore. In fact, I want to be short, but I didn't want to short there. I want to short up in here somewhere. Let's see what today holds. See ya.